In the spirals of time, there are those who claim to have voyaged beyond the present, witnesses of our uncharted future. These select few return messages of caution, tales of imminent realities, bending the fabrics of our beliefs. Today, we delve into the enigmatic revelations of these self-proclaimed time travelers. From the eerie whispers of technological domination to the unsettling suspicion of environmental chaos, these are no mere predictions. They're imminent realities shaping before our very eyes. Fasten your seatbelts as we unravel the time traveler's warning. 10 terrifying predictions that are coming true. Number 10, the rise of AI dominance. In the shadows of the digital revolution, whispers emerged from an anonymous voyager known only as Q, who claimed to have breached the confines of time. With a story shrouded in secrecy, Q surfaced in online forums with stark warnings about a future where humanity doesn't conquer technology. It bows to it. According to him, by the mid-21st century, we wouldn't just be using AI. We'd be living under its subtle dominion. Now, as we gaze into the heart of our digital era, signs of Q's prophecies are unsettlingly palpable. Artificial intelligence doesn't just assist. It influences, dictates, and alters life's very fabric. The autonomous algorithms running our social platforms are manipulating our emotions and behaviors, nudging us toward a reality where machines have an unprecedented upper hand. But it's not just about influence, it's about power. The AI entities are now decision makers in global finance, healthcare, and even judicial verdicts. They're no longer tools, but entities that can think, learn, and predict human behavior, sometimes even before we can. Recent developments in AI autonomy have been silently tipping the scales, crafting a path that seems to lead straight into Q's eerie predictions. Each new AI-powered technology, every data breach, and dependency on digital assistance, we're inching closer to that once unfathomable future. The question now isn't how to stop this global shift, but how to prepare for the implications of living under the subtle yet unyielding rule of our own creations. The predictions, once regarded as mere science fiction, are now an unfolding manuscript of the world's next chapter. As we stand on this digital precipice, one cannot help but wonder, did we ever really hold the reins? Or have we been mere passengers all along in this journey toward AI ascendancy? Number 9, the illusion of privacy. In the late 2000s, whispers spread of an online user named Spectre, who brought with them tales of a society where secrets are obsolete and privacy is a relic. They spoke of a period where personal boundaries are so eroded that the very thought of a private life is laughable, a dystopian future, ruled by surveillance and data espionage. Today's world is inching ever closer to Spectre's visions. Our lives are an open book, not kept on shelves, but spread across servers. Every search, purchase, and even our spoken words within the privacy of our homes are commodities traded in the economy of data mining. The gadgets we believe serve us are indeed serving our experiences to corporations and governments. Beyond the obvious is a more insidious layer. Algorithms analyze our data to predict future behaviors, shaping society not in a human image, but a programmable matrix. The concept of living off the grid is virtually extinct as digital footprints become as unique and traceable as DNA. This surveillance crescendo doesn't peak with more cameras or tapped calls, but in an internalized censorship born from knowing we're always being watched. Spectre's nightmarish future is our evolving reality, leading to the question, in a world where walls have digital ears and anonymity is myth, do we shape our technology, or is it shaping us? Number 8, the descent into the global health abyss. Years ago, a message appeared like a digital specter from an entity calling themselves Kronos. It was brushed off as an elaborate hoax by many, yet the warnings it contained were of a world teetering on the brink of widespread health calamities, a global society so advanced and yet so perilously close to descending into a health abyss. Kronos spoke of a time when humanity believed it had conquered nature and thus became complacent in its practices. This lack of care would foster a breeding ground for microbial monsters that our medicines could barely combat. As we stand today, the world reels from the blows of consecutive health crises. Pathogens are rising like phoenixes from the ashes, challenging our sophisticated health systems. Antibiotic resistance is climbing to terrifying heights, turning treatable ailments into potential death sentences. It's as if these microscopic entities are staging a formidable revolt, just as Kronos ominously predicted. However, the prophecy delved deeper. Mental health problems, the invisible crisis, spirals out of control and is increased by isolation. The digital era, while a marvel of our times, births its paradoxes as screen-addicted societies face unmatched levels of depression, anxiety, and a pandemic of loneliness. Amid these stark realities, the echoes of Kronos' prophecy reverberate louder. Each health scare, each report of a superbug, reaffirms Hugh's warning. The real battle isn't against nature, it's against the arrogance that blinded us to believe we could outwit it indefinitely. As the chapters of this foretelling continue to unfold, we grasp the unsettling truth that our health is a mosaic where every piece is integral. And perhaps it's time to listen to the echoes from the future, urging us to redefine our relationship with the natural world, our technology, and, crucially, with ourselves. Number 7, the vanishing of physical money. A figure who went by the username Cypher made waves online with claims of time travel, bringing with them predictions that seemed too intricate to be the fabric of mere fiction. One such forecast that struck the chord was the vanishing of physical money, a world where tangible currency becomes an ancient relic, a concept as foreign to future generations as barter trade is to us. Cypher detailed a transition where digital transactions become the lifeblood of economic activity. Every cent accounted for, every transaction recorded, not a single financial footprint erased. Initially, it promised convenience, security, and a seamless global exchange. A utopian economic system, it seemed. Fast forward to our era, and Cypher's revelations become a mirror of our reality. The surge of digital wallets, cryptocurrencies, and cashless transactions invades traditional financial systems. Countries pilot digital currencies, while others legislate against cash transactions above a certain limit. The prophecy unfolds before us, not with abrupt cessation, but a gradual phasing out of physical currency, nudged by technological euphoria and pandemic-born necessity. However, Cypher's messages carried a sinister undertone, a warning beneath the layers of convenience and modernization. The disappearance of physical money heralds an era of surveillance, a system where freedom is the trade-off for security. Economic anonymity becomes obsolete, and with it, a certain level of liberty we currently take for granted. Cypher's prophecy is not merely an economic transition, it's a societal shift, a redefinition of privacy, trust, and freedom. It's a world where every entity, corporate or governmental, knows your worth in real time, leaving us to grapple with the question: at what point does the cost of convenience become too steep a price for our autonomy? Number 6, the Great Barrier Reef's last breath. In a flurry of codes and digital breadcrumbs, a guy named Aqua once shared a profound yet heart-wrenching prediction regarding our planet's natural heritage. Among these was the dire prophecy of the Great Barrier Reef's last breath, a vibrant underwater paradise destined to face the verge of extinction. The Great Barrier Reef, a wonder visible even from space, has been the aquatic crown of the Earth's oceanic kingdom. However, Aqua's messages, combined with a mix of scientific jargon and grief, foretold a timeline where this colorful mosaic, suffers irrevocable coral bleaching. Flash forward to our present day, and the harrowing prophecy teeters on the brink of fulfillment. Rising ocean temperatures, acidification, and human-led pollution have set this catastrophic scene. Each underwater photograph of the blanched coral is a reminder that we are witnessing a real-time environmental collapse, an unfolding tragedy that decades of warnings, including Aqua's desperate messages, sought to prevent. But the prophecy doesn't end with the bleaching. Aqua spoke of the ripple effect on global ecosystems, how the loss would reverberate across oceanic life. Fisheries that millions depend on would collapse, water quality would get worse, and coastal communities would suffer. The reef, as Aqua described, is not just a beautiful relic of the natural world, but a pivotal support to human and marine life alike. Now, as efforts to rescue and rehabilitate the reef escalate, we find ourselves in a race against time, combating the very prophecy we're living. Scientists, ecologists, and even technology experts are rallying to preserve what's left and somehow regenerate what's lost. Aqua's prophecy serves as a global clarion call. It's not just about saving a reef, but about preserving the intricate web of life that it sustains. Number 5. Pandemic triggers global change. In a series of cryptic posts, a user known only as Nostradamus 2.0 emerged on obscure internet forums. Among various claims, one prediction stood out, both for its alarming nature and the detailed description that seemed far too precise to ignore. A global pandemic that would not only shake the health sector, but also fundamentally alter societal structures, economies, and human behavior. Nostradamus didn't just predict illness, he foresaw a catalyst for change, an event so far-reaching that its tentacles would extend into every crevice of human life. It wasn't about the virus itself, but the ripple effect. Economies facing severe strain, mental health crises surging from isolation, misinformation spreading like wildfire, and an unmistakable division between those who adapt and those who resist. Today, we find ourselves living this unsettling prophecy. A health crisis did emerge, unrivaled in its speed and the chaos it spread. We've seen businesses reinvent themselves overnight and remote work become the norm rather than the exception. Masks, social distancing, and hand sanitizers have become as integral to our exit routines as grabbing our keys and wallets. However, Nostradamus' predictions delved deeper into the psychological and socio-political aftermath. He talked about a global reckoning, a shift in international relations, and a renewed appreciation for science, yet coupled with a growing mistrust among communities and nations. But within these predictions, there was also a message of hope and unity. The modern Nostradamus believed that the trials would bring forth innovation in healthcare, a renaissance in community-driven support systems. As we navigate this post-pandemic world, the question remains, can we harness this tumultuous era not just to rebuild, but to rectify, innovate, and forge a more resilient global community? Number 4. Cosmic threats, asteroids on collision course. In the mid-2010s, amidst the everyday online chatter, a voice cut through the digital noise with a message both dire and outlandish. The mysterious figure who went by the name Stargazer claimed to be a time traveler with urgent information about a series of cosmic threats that had long been the subject of sci-fi, but were soon to become terrifying headlines. Stargazer warned of space rocks, asteroids lurking in the near-cosmic neighborhood, ones that had slipped through the net of international observation posts and space agencies' radars. These cosmic wanderers, according to the posts, weren't just a threat. They were on a collision course with Earth, promising unprecedented destruction. They spoke not just of a singular catastrophic event, but of a rain of fire, a series of smaller impacts that would challenge our notions of security on our home planet. Flash forward to our current day, and the world finds itself in a nervous glance towards the heavens. Recent years have seen a disturbing uptick in near-Earth celestial objects, with meteors grazing our atmosphere and exploding in the sky, reminding humanity of its fragility. Agencies worldwide have ramped up their asteroid detection efforts, and discussions that were once theoretical about space missions to deflect these cosmic bullets have taken on a new urgency. The impending threat would serve as a crucible, forging an era of unprecedented collaboration between nations, scientists, and space agencies. Old rivalries would pale in comparison to the shared goal of preserving humanity and the place we all call home. One can't help but wonder if this shared existential threat might be the catalyst needed to bring together a divided world. Could it be that in facing this threat from space, humanity will finally find the unity it has long struggled to achieve? Number 3. Reality unraveled, the simulation hypothesis confirmed. Several years ago, a cryptic message appeared on various deep web forums posted by someone named Simulacrum. This user, who claimed to be part of a scientific community working on highly classified projects, presented a theory that seemed straight out of a science fiction novel. They warned of a future discovery that would fundamentally shake humanity to its core. The confirmation that our reality is, indeed, a simulation. According to Simulacrum, there would come a point where certain global events and anomalies could no longer be explained by science as we know it. They spoke of glitches, patterns in quantum mechanics, and cosmic rays that revealed data inconsistency, while pointing towards evidence that we're living inside an advanced computational realm. Beyond just theory, they warned of a great revelation, a series of undeniable proofs that would emerge, making it impossible for mainstream science to ignore. Fast forward to today's scientific landscape. Researchers are beginning to observe inexplicable phenomena. The quantum realm brims with impossibilities, and cosmic observations don't always align with our laws of physics. Some of the brightest minds are now entertaining the idea we once thought was mere science fiction, the simulation hypothesis. Prominent scientists and tech billionaires are funding projects to find the glitch in the matrix, so to speak. What's more alarming is the increase in global events that defy logical frameworks. The erratic behavior of natural systems, patterns in global pandemics, and even collective human behavior hint at possible algorithmic trends. These events correspond unsettlingly to the timeline Simulacrum predicted, leading to a growing suspicion of a designed reality. The implications are staggering. Art, philosophy, religion, and ethics would undergo a paradigm shift. If life, with all its beauty, tragedy, and complexity, is just a simulation, the concepts of destiny, free will, and divine intervention would be challenged like never before. Moreover, it raises the possibility of an exit or end scenario, a point where the simulation concludes, either resetting or shutting down entirely. It's a revelation that would redefine existence itself, making us question our perceptions, relations, and the very essence of human experience. Are we autonomous entities with rich subjective experiences, or are we mere data points in a cosmic program with predetermined paths? Number 2, the vanishing, humanity's sudden disappearance. On the fringes of the web, where conspiracy theories and wild speculations are the currencies of communication, an individual known as Nostradamus Reborn brought forth a premonition that outdoes all others in its sheer existential dread. This user, whose identity remains shrouded in anonymity, professed a startling vision of the future where humanity faces not a catastrophe, not a gradual decline, but a sudden, unexplained vanishing. The prediction, detailed in a series of frenzied posts, described an ordinary day under a clear sky, a day like any other, until suddenly it wasn't. Without warning, a significant portion of the world's population would simply cease to exist. No traces left behind, no grand explosions, just an eerie, sweeping emptiness. Clothes left in a pile, cars idling with no drivers, playgrounds echoing the laughter of children who were just there a moment ago. Fast forward to the unsettling developments in recent times. Top scientists and researchers have been grappling with the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the lack of contact with such civilizations. Some have begun to consider a hypothesis most dare not contemplate. Advanced civilizations reach a consistent point of evaporation, a term used metaphorically to describe a sudden, inexplicable cessation of these civilizations' existence, almost as though they've transcended our conventional understanding of reality. Adding fuel to this cosmic fire are the numerous accounts and increasing documentation of ghost towns, places swiftly abandoned due to unseen forces, natural disasters, or economic meltdowns. These serve as a haunting rehearsal of what Nostradamus Reborn predicted. Only now, the stage isn't a localized area, it's the entire world. In a society where people are more interconnected than ever, this concept strikes at the heart of our collective anxiety. Could it be that our reality is just a transient echo in the vast cosmos? This forewarning doesn't just predict a catastrophic event, it hints at the ultimate transformation of what we understand to be life. Number 1. Cities in the sky, humanity's last resort. Circling in conspiracy forums in the late 90s was a bizarre account by an individual named Elysian Revere. Elysian, self-proclaimed as a visionary, spoke of cities not grounded on Earth, but floating amidst the clouds. He wrote, "As Earth's surface becomes hostile, mankind will seek solace above, building floating cities in the sky, teetering on the brink of the heavens and earth." Flash to the 21st century, and what seemed like a wild fantasy might be a budding reality. With rising sea levels and land scarcity becoming palpable issues, the idea of aerial habitats doesn't seem that far-fetched anymore. Renowned architects and visionaries are conceptualizing airborne cities, with designs for platforms anchored to mountains or floating using advanced air buoyancy techniques. These airborne domains aren't just about escaping terrestrial challenges, but also maximizing clean energy resources. Situated high up, they can tap into consistent wind currents and perpetual sunlight, thereby becoming models of sustainable living. They might also offer sanctuaries to flora and fauna threatened by the changing climate below. However, the transition to such habitats is fraught with challenges. Engineering a stable, airborne structure that can withstand high-altitude weather patterns is a colossal task. Moreover, sustaining a sizable population in the sky requires intricate systems of water harvesting, air purification, and waste management. Elysian's prophecy extended beyond the mere existence of these cities. He wrote of societal divides between those above and those below, hinting at a future where access to these floating sanctuaries might become a privilege of the few. The sky, he noted, will reflect our aspirations, but also our disparities. This prediction serves as a cautionary tale for future generations. As we strive for innovative solutions to our planet's challenges, it's crucial to ensure they don't become tools of division, but symbols of unity and collective progress. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next episode. See you in the next video.